Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, That Model Railway Guy, and welcome to the 3,000 subscriber live stream special. Hello everybody, welcome. How is everybody doing tonight? How is the sound, first of all, because everything on my end is clipping like crazy. Is it all distorted for you? Please do let me know in the chat, and speaking of that, I shall have a look in the chat right now, although it's on a little bit of a delay. But hello everybody who is around. I can see Evan Terry is here, Radislaw Sosha, hello, Luke SVR, Matthew Hobbs Railway, AD Pullen, the Railway Man, yeah, fantastic, the Evening Star 92, hello everybody, it's fantastic to have you all here. Evan Terry says he's got to go have dinner, we'll be back later. No worries Evan, no worries, you can catch up later on the stream if you want to. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna play on the side of caution a little bit and just turn the volume slightly down, just because it seems very, very loud. All of the meters on my end are clipping, but oh, the Evening Star 92 says slightly distorted, but overall okay. Great. Well, that means I've just turned it down then, and things are just a little bit better now. But let me know if it's too quiet. Russell Benton says not distorted, but the sound's echoey. Yes, that's because I'm in an echoey room. Not much I can do about that, unfortunately. It would be lovely to have a nice big soundproof room for the railway to sit in, but unfortunately, because it has to have enough space for the railway to be in it, it is quite echoey. Anyway, oh wow, there's lots of people tuning in now. Ken Ray, Redvers B, hello Redvers B. Hi Charles Walker, is that somebody called Hi Charles Walker or just Charles Walker? Anyway, hello to you all the same. Russell Benton, yes, trains as well. I missed you a little bit earlier as well. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much everybody for tuning in. Yeah, 3,000 subscribers already. It seems like it was just last week that we were doing. It seems like just last week we were doing the 2.5 thousand subscriber live stream, and that's because it was only last week. Yes, in fact, Matthew Hobbs Railways has just put in the chat now. Congrats on 3.5 thousand. Yeah, not quite there yet, but yeah, we shall. We shall see. Right. Anyway, one thing to mention before we do get going too far is that you can request a loco to run if you'd like. So yeah, let me show you this is the Loco Roster for tonight. You might remember this from last week's live stream if you tuned in for that. But yes, so if you would like to request one of those locos, if you want to see one of those locos on the layout tonight, then send in a super chat. If you send in a super chat, you'll get my attention. You'll get a shout out on the screen on the stream as well, and also your name will pop up on the screen. And so yeah. And as a result, you get to choose an engine to run, and so I will run that engine for you around the layout. As you can see, or actually as you can't see at the moment because we're on the wrong shot, but as you can see, we are on the modular layout today. We're on the big layout, so yeah, a bit of an extra run. We were on Pickwick Yard last time, so it's hopefully a little bit of an extra run today. So yeah, if you do want to get a super chat in, today is going to be the day to do it. So with that, let's get into it and actually get some trains running, because I know I always tend to sort of faff around at the beginning of streams and don't really talk all that much about, I talk too much and I don't actually run any locos. So let's do that now. We're only 6 minutes in, which is a good way. And anyway, here we go. Here's a little bit of an overhead shot. Hello, you can see me here. Yes. Not the most flattering angle, I know, but oh well. You're going to have to live with it, I'm afraid. Just try and focus on the trains as much as possible if you can. And speaking of the trains, I've just got one coming out of the shed now, which is that grey blob on your left-hand side of the screen. And it should just be coming into view now. It is the Midland 1F. This is a really nice logo. This is the Bachmann Midland 1F. And it was an okay engine on. Sorry, I'm just trying to think about switching cameras as well. It was an okay engine on DC, but since I've swapped over to DCC and put a decoder in it, it's been absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, great little run of this. And as you can see now, it's sort of just creeping in there. It's just coupled up really nice and smoothly. Although admittedly, it is sat right on the rail joint between the baseboard, which didn't help particularly. Andrew Carter is saying schools class. Is that a request then? If you send in a super chat, Andrew, I'm more than happy to run that for you. I do have it set up and waiting ready to go with some nice southern coaches. So yeah, do send in a super chat if you'd like to see that. Right, so we've got the Midland 1F pretty much ready to go. Let me just switch some points. and then we'll get this running around the layout. We've got some interesting camera angles today, so we shall swap to those as we move around the layout. But here we go, the Midland 1F, nice slow start away there. And actually, in a sort of a weird way, this is sort of slightly prototypical for it with these Mark 1 coaches, I guess. It's a little bit of a stutter on the points there, but it's all right. Anyway, we'll swap back to this shot now so that you can actually see, and hopefully you can see the engine come directly underneath you here. There we go, lovely shot that. Running nice and slow. And this is then moving into, there's a bit of a blind spot as we get into the scenic part of the layout, which you shall see around about now. And here it is, just coming into shot now. There is the Midland 1F in the fields, or rather running on the track between the fields. Then it goes onto that bridge and exits into the fiddle yard. And I'm just making some space in the fiddle yard for it. But here we go, you can get a nice shot from sort of down by the side of the bridge. And yeah. Lovely low angle shot there. A little bit overexposed, but unfortunately it's a webcam, so there's not much I can really do about that. Well, I suppose there probably is, but I just haven't had time to do it as such. Yeah, so lovely little Loco, that one. As I said, really, really nice runner on DCC especially, now that I've got the chip in it. And I have to admit, I've not really done anything to the chip on it. I've not set any of the CV settings or anything, or faffed around with any of the settings. I've literally just plugged it in and got it going. So I'm sure there's a little bit of a sort of tuning I can do as such within that. I suppose we better get another train out ready to go then, shouldn't we? Because at the moment we're just sort of sat here looking at this shot. But yeah, if anyone does want to request a Loco, send in a super chat and I'll run a Loco of your choice. Otherwise I'll just run the Locos that I fancy running. Let's see how everybody is in the chat. Steve's Trains UK says, well done for getting 3,000 subscribers. Thank you, Steve's Trains. And here comes the J36. We've got that with some nice teak coaches behind it. And here it is just coming round the bend now. Trains says, woo 1F. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 1F as well. Yeah, very, very much enjoying that engine at the moment. As much as I enjoy also the J36 as well. And here it is now, just coming through into the station. There we go. Now, can I fit all this in the loop? That's going to be the question. We'll just slow it down ever so slightly. I'll tell you what we can do. We can also swap to this shot, which is at the other end of the station. And there you go. You can see we've got a nice little shot in the head shunt there. Right, who else have we got in the chat? Because I'm aware of loads of people turning up. Redversby says, I've got the open cab version of the 1F and it's a really nice Loco. Yeah, I can bet. Yeah, the cab on even just the normal 1F that I've got is really nice. So I can imagine that the open cab versions are particularly stunning. Great one if you like your cab detail. Penn Junction, oh hello Penn Junction, nice to see you again. Sammy B Films, hey man, how's it going? That's what he says, and I guess I say exactly, it's going great. Thank you very much, Sammy B Films, lovely to have you back. There's a name here that is some letters and some numbers followed by Bob. So it's HLC 789 Bob. If you don't mind, I'm just going to call you Bob. Hello Bob, nice to see you. And Rory Stevens. Hello, Rory Stevens. Nice to have you in the chat. Yes, they are some nice teaks. And speaking of actually, now, I realised something that I have done, which I should have done before I started the live stream, was I've neglected to find my little uncoupling hook, which is a little bit of a problem, because I've now got to uncouple these engines by hand. So here we go, hand of God coming in here for a moment, because I'm going to have to sort of, yeah. This is why I had the coupling hook, because I don't really like doing that. I'm sorry, I do realise as well I have my back to all the microphones at the moment, which doesn't help. It's alright, I'm coming back now then. Anyway, let's run the J36 into the head shunt. We'll run it round the run round loop. At which point I'm sure that Midland 1F will have probably done the same at the other end of the line, the imaginary end of the other line. Oh, just stopping it there. And then I will come back, flip those points like that. And yeah, we'll run it backwards, shall we? I have to admit, these camera angles do make the station look really incredibly long. Because I've got this camera at one end of the station, and then I've got this camera at the other end of the station, and it looks like it's miles away. It doesn't help that I'm running it incredibly slowly as well, so I'll speed it up just a tad. And yeah, running down the second line, or down where the second platform will be eventually. And then you can just see here. We'll run this right up to the camera, I think, just so you can get a good look at it. There we go, just stopping at the bottom of the shot there. And then we'll just flip the points, hand of God coming in again to do that. And yeah. Just coming in nice and slow here. Ooh, and then a little bit of a bump. Yeah, there we go. But it has connected, that's good. Right, let's have a look at the chat then, just before we run this engine off too quickly. Give it a time to catch its breath. The LMS Ginty says NBR C class. Yes, is that what the J36 was? I presume the J36 was the LNER classification. So yeah, presumably when they were NBR locos, they were a C class. That's not confusing then at all with the Southern C class as well, both being little 060 tender engines. Elton Loveridge says, evening all. Hello Elton, lovely to have you with us. Evening Star 92 says he also has a J36 in the NBR livery and it's wonderful. Yes, that's Maud, isn't it? The preserved, has that got the TTS sound decoder in it then as well? I do keep thinking I should maybe get one of those for this one, just as a bit of fun, because I've got the TTS sound in the schools class, and I do enjoy running it around with that. I think it'll be even better when I've got the full loop finished. But yeah, we've got 44 of you currently watching. That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Lovely to have you all here today. Do remember, if you would like to see a specific engine running tonight, then you can send in a super chat. That's the Loco roster that we have tonight. Those are all the Locos that are currently on the rails. So if you'd like to see one of those making an appearance tonight, we've got the J36 currently out and the Midland 1F. So those are the ones that are running today. And yeah, if you'd like to see any of the others on screen at the moment, then just send in a super chat, and I'll be more than happy to send in I'll be more than happy to run one of those Locos for you. Anyway, I'm doing this while I'm faffing around in the fiddle yard. Just trying to get some Locos in the right places, and that is all on the track and looking good. So as a result, let's go back to this shot up by what I'm sort of at the moment calling Barton Bridge. I don't really know why I'm calling it that, but I need to start coming up with names for the road. The station still doesn't have a name. Yeah. Anyway, let me run this engine. We're going to get the Midland 1F coming back now on its return journey. So it's been to the other end of the line. It's been in the run round loop, and here it is coming into screen now. And then just coming around the bend there. Oh, a little bit over eager on the controls there. So we've got an intensive service running today. This is the busiest heritage railway in the world at the moment, I imagine, or at least in the UK. The only one running 2 trains at once, or any trains at all at the moment, I guess. Oh, hello, sorry, pressed the wrong button, it sped up a little bit too much there. Here we go, slow it down nice and slow. I'd quite like to be able to still see the J36 if we can. There we go, just enough there, brilliant. Yes, one of the things I didn't think about when I was building the layout was live streaming angles, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. Right, let's have a look at the chat then. Sammy B Film says, is that a Thomas coach in the siding? No, it is. Presumably, let me go back to this shot. Now, do you mean this one here or this one here? If you're meaning this one, that's one of the new Hornby, the 6-wheeled coaches. That's in the LNER teak livery, which I particularly like. This one here, this is a ratio kit that I built. I think they're originally meant to be GWR coaches. Oh, hello, we've got a super chat that's just come in. Right, let's have a look at this. John Smith, thank you so much for donating the... let's have a look. He says, let's see the J94, please. Oh, fantastic. Right, well, we'll have to do that then. We'll get that running for you in a second, John. Thank you so much for your super chat. That's very much appreciated. Yeah, the J94, I'm very glad that somebody has suggested that because I do enjoy running it. I'm quite pleased that I managed to get a super chat in it. Anyway, yes, to finish off what I was talking about, this is a ratio kit. So it was a GWR coach originally, and then I sort of wanted to paint it to look a little bit like one of the vintage coaches that is on the MCM Bolton Abbey Steam Railway. When I used to volunteer there as a ticket inspector, there was a coach there that I particularly liked the look of, and it was a relatively simple livery with that sort of the crimson and the white, off-white sort of colour. So yeah, I've had a go at making that, and then of course Hattons and Hornby both announced that they were all doing their own range of sort of 4- and 6-wheel coaches, and so my original plan was to build up a nice little rake of sort of, you know, oddball vintage coaches, and now that's kind of been taken over by the offerings from Hornby and also Hattons soon to be as well. Right, we'll go to this shot here so you can follow the engine around the layout, but we'll set the we shall set the J94. No, not the J94. Oh, blimey! We've had another super chat come in. Right, let me set the J36 going, and then we'll have a look at who that was. It was Radoslaw Sosha. Thank you so much, Radoslaw Sosha. Am I still getting your name right? Right, the J36 is now making its way around the channel. Making its way round the layout. Can't talk today. Anyway, Radoslaw Sosha has said, can you run a loco of your choice with those beautiful SC and CR coaches? Oh, fantastic. Maybe I'll have to run the P class with that then. We shall see. Yeah. Shall we run we'll go almost prototypical this time, shall we? And you can see the J36 there is making its way round the bend. And in the top right there, you can see it's just coming underneath the bridge. Gives you a bit of an idea of how everything is sort of laid out, or the gaps in between the various different areas on the layout. So there we go. Right, so next we have to get the J94 out and running. I think that can take over duty from the Midland 1F in that case, because we've got a nice train sitting there, and I know where the J94 is currently in the shed at the moment, which is very nice. So I was just making sure everything is in the fiddle yard where it's supposed to be. Fantastic. Moving that along. Right, so what do I have? I've got the P class there. That's ready to go with some birdcage coaches. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Radoslaw Sosha. Let me then just check the points. That is good to go there. Oh no, actually, we want that to go across like that, don't we? There we go. Right, let us go back to this shot here. Thank you so much for your super chats, guys. This is absolutely awesome. It's so nice to be able to run locos for you, like to sort of feel the interactive nature of these live streams. I really do enjoy doing these live streams. They're my favourite part of the channel in some ways. Mainly because it means that I don't have to worry about making a video for whatever day I put the live stream out on. Oh wow, we've got another super chat that's just come in. Right, let me just run the J94. Right, hang on. I will get to that in a second. But thank you, whoever that was. I'll catch up with you in just a moment because I don't want to take my eyes off this engine at the moment because I will crash it into some coaches. Here we go. Nice smooth coupling, and there we go. A little bit of a bump there at the end, but actually I think that was quite nice. Right, I'm just going to uncouple the Midland 1F from the other end because if I don't do that now, then I will forget to do it later, and I'll try and move off with the engine still. Whatever, yeah. It's not important, whatever I was going to say. Anyway, who was it? Right, Marcus Malice said he's donated £2 through the super chat. Thank you so much. And he said, can we see the NCB Peckett with some wagons, please? Oh, fantastic. Do you know what? I have some wagons ready to go. The NCB Peckett is there on the track as well. Fantastic. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to get through now, so I'm looking forward to this. This is good. I like to be busy. Right, I've got to run the J94 has got to run, the P-Class has got to run, and then I've got to get I've got to do some shunting to get the NCB train. I've got to get some wagons out for the NCB Peckett. Right, fantastic. Okie doke. Let's run some trains then. So here we go. We'll just set off now with the. Here we go. There goes the J94. Oh, it's just stopped on the points. That's not ideal, is it? Come on, keep going. Why is it suddenly stopped? Oh, all right. It's something short. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Right. It stopped for good reason. Something had short-circuited. Right, let me run it back in. We'll try that again. I want to get this right for you. It was John Smith who requested this one, wasn't it? Yeah, we're gonna get this one right for you, John. We'll do a retake on that one. Right, here we go. Hopefully the layout won't short circuit this time, and if it does, I'm ready for it. Here we go. Yeah, this is around that dodgy set of points that I mentioned in my most recent modular layout update, if you saw that. Yeah, it's a little bit interesting. The problem is, the issue isn't, it's not consistent, which is a bit of a pain because it makes it very difficult to troubleshoot. Most of the time it works, and then just every so often you'll get a little short circuit like that, or an engine will stall and stop, and yeah, not ideal. Anyway, let's have a look at the engine going through the fields here. So yeah, this is the J94 or the Austerity 060, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is number 49, which, am I right in thinking that this is at the Nene Valley Railway, or have I got that horribly wrong? It may well not be there at all. It may be something like the Severn Valley. It's on a preserved railway somewhere. I'm sorry, I've got that horribly wrong anyway. Just realised we've had two NCB locos being requested today already, so that's fantastic. Proper preserved heritage railway kind of stuff going on. I love it. Yeah, the classic sort of heritage railway vibes, really, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just getting everything sorted out in the fiddle yard here. And the J94 will be back in a moment. So don't worry, John. That will. We haven't seen the last of that yet. It'll be back on its return trip in a moment. For now, though, I've got to get out the P-Class. I'm possibly making a rod for my own back here, because last time I ran the P-Class on the stream, it didn't run particularly well because I'd put the decoder in wrong. So I'm running it light today. It's only got 2 carriages behind it, but this is Radisław Sosha. He wanted to see the SECR coaches, which I'm taking to mean he means the birdcage coaches, which I do agree with him. They are absolutely beautiful. So here it comes now, coming into shot. There it is, a little bit out of focus, and there are the coaches as well. We'll just hold on these coaches for a little bit as well because they are lovely. Yeah, and here it comes now around the bend. This should look really good here, actually. So yeah, the P-Class is now behaving a little bit better, actually. All I needed to do was reseat the motor in sort of into the housing properly, but for some reason it was just wasn't quite in there properly. But I'm being a bit cautious with it. I could have run it with all 3 coaches. I do have the set of 3. But I didn't want to tempt fate, so I'm just running it with the 2. And hopefully we'll get quite a nice shot as this passes into the station. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much, Radislaw Sasha, for requesting this. This is a really great little request, this. Lovely little branch line train. And I'm just going to stop that just there. And can we get... Let's have a look at... Oh, no. I was going to say, can we have a look at it at the other end? But actually, it's being blocked by that Midland 1F. Although that has reminded me that the Midland 1F does need to be... well, I was going to say disposed of, but that's not the ideal way to describe it, really, is it? So, yeah. So let's... We'll go back to the station shot so you can see it passing by now. Here it goes. We're actually going to have to do some shunting today, guys. I'm looking forward to this. And then we're going to run it up just past the main line and then into the sheds. So if you would like to see the Midland 1F make a return at some point, you know where it is. It's in the shed there. There we go. Righto, let's have a quick look at the chat. Just see if everyone is doing well. I realise I have kind of a... Sorry, my voice is going a little bit hoarse. So I'm just going to take a drink of water quickly. Right. So, we need some wagons for the Peckett to pull. Conveniently, we have some right here. Am I on the right shot? Yes, indeed I am. So, I think we'll have a little cameo appearance from the Ruston, if that's all right. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. There we go. Let's get it. No, go on. It's stalled. There we go. Right, so we'll just pull these wagons out. Actually, do you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Not making my mind up properly. I'm going to uncouple that there. Because if we're going to do some shunting, really we should do the shunting with the Peckett, with the B2 Peckett. So we're just going to run the Ruston out of this siding just so we can clear that freight train. Just switch the points. That point spring was a little bit stiff, if I'm honest. Might need looking into that. There we go. We'll just move the Ruston out of the way. And that's now in front of those heritage wagons. Right. So we've got the 2 Pecketts are just up here. So we're going to have to move the W4 out of the way first so we can get the B2 Peckett out. I'm just trying to find it now on my list of locos. So here we go. Just running the Peckett out. Peckett has been sort of being a little bit of a diva lately. Sometimes it runs all right. Sometimes it just decides to throw a bit of a strop and doesn't want to work at all. Although thankfully today it does look like it's now behaving itself. Right, I don't think I've got enough space to put that anywhere to put the B2 Peckett in the same line to use the head shunt. So let's now run the NCB Peckett. Who is this for? Sorry, I need to have a quick look back at my super chat things. This was for Marcus Malice. Thank you so much. Is that your real name? That's an incredible name if it is. It's an incredible name even if it's just a username as well. Right, let's stop it there then so you can see it. So it's not going all the way into the shed. And then we'll flip these points here. Those are going out to there. Yes, fantastic. Okie doke. So let's get it moving again. Has it stalled? It's stalled. There we go. Is it going to work? Oh, it's a little bit sort of non-committal at the moment. So we'll run it a little bit faster than usual just so that we do get it out of the points. There's a lot of points there. Yeah, it's stalled again. You wouldn't believe it, but this engine was working really well earlier on. Right, so... I've realised I now have sort of... I've got to... Right, yes. I've realised that the P-class has got to run round before I do anything else. Or rather, I've got to Back, yeah. Okay. It's all right. I like this. We've got a bit of a challenge now. I've got to think about all these different things. Oh, is that? Yeah, I had a little clunk, and I got worried. It was just the pecket going over the join and the baseboards. Right. So it's just coming up now to couple onto that red wagon. We'll try and get a nice slow couple up here if we can. There we go. Wow, that I impressed even myself then. Right, so the NCB pecket is ready to go almost, but before we do that, I just need to run to the other end of the layout, uncouple the P-class, which I'm currently doing now. Oh yes, this doesn't help. The layout is on a little bit of a slope, which means that the birdcage coaches, because they're so freewheeling, they're trying to run away a little bit, which is not ideal. Anyway, I'm sort of, sorry guys, I'm ignoring the chat a little bit at the moment. I will get around to looking at some of your questions in a second, but I do just want to make sure that I get these super chats in. Let's go back to this shot here. Right, hopefully those birdcage coaches will not run away. Oh, do you know what would be good? I'll just switch the points there properly. Oh, hello. Not put the packet back on the rails properly. There we go. That would have been good, wouldn't it? There you go. You can see the packet in all its glory there. Really, really nice Loco that. If you saw my review of it, yeah, really impressed with this Loco. From Hattons, I believe. Yeah, it is. It is the Hattons P-Class. Really, really great little Loco, this. Beautiful smooth runner. When I put the motor in right, that is. So let's hope it doesn't let me down today, because I've just been saying some nice things about it. As it disappears off into the distance there, and reappears sort of over here. So yeah, we'll run this round. This just needs to do the run round loop, all that palaver. Here it is. And then we can get the freight train out and do exactly the same as well with that. So flip those points. Marcus Malice says it's a stage name. Oh, fantastic. Are you a fellow musician then? That's when you say stage name, that's my what my immediate thought goes to. Oh, sorry, I forgot to switch the points there. There you go. You can see the packet a little bit better. The P-Class. Oh, I'm all over the place today. Right, so now that we have that sorted out, the P-Class is ready to go. So before that runs though, let's get the... Actually, no, tell you what, we'll run the P-Class now just so we can see, because we've done a little bit of shunting so far. Let's run the P-Class back into the fiddle yard. We'll give it another run around the layout, shall we? And then, oh yeah, nice, smooth, slow getaway there. And again, those lovely SECR birdcage coaches. Thank you so much, Radislaw Sosha. Just while I deal with the Loco stalling on the points. Yeah, so Radislaw Sosha wanted to see those coaches in particular, so I thought it was only right we run them with an SECR Loco. And here they go now, just underneath the camera. Do you know what, I have to admit, the P-Class, I know it's not hugely prototypical because these coaches would have run with bigger, bigger SECR engines. But they actually look really good as a little two-coach set there. Really, really nice. And then here we go, coming up through the bridge, or coming through underneath the bridge. What I'm calling Barton Bridge at the moment. Again, no idea why I'm calling it that. And there we go. Back into the fiddle yard. Right, let me just move some stuff around in here so that everything is in the right place. There we go. Right, let's just have a quick look at the chat before we go. But before I do that, we'll just go back to this shot here. Right, oh blimey, there is lots of people in the chat. So hello everybody in the chat. Train says, replying to 4-Deal Branchline, says it's a ratio kit he built and painted. Is presumably that's in response to this little coach that I was talking about earlier. I have to admit with this, I haven't actually put the roof on yet, so yeah, I need to get around to doing that at some point. I think my plan was potentially to either put some passengers or a small interior, or maybe even lights if I feel like it, but I'm not entirely sure. Andrew says, hi, new to you doing... hi, oh, hello, let me speak properly. Hi, new to you, you're doing a great layout, mate. Love Pickwick Yard videos too. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, really glad you like the two different layouts. Fort Hill Branchline says, nice. I presume that's in response to the coach. Split Rock 323. I don't think that's a name I've seen before. Hello, Split Rock. Visitors are here. Engines know when to act up. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they do have a habit of as soon as you turn the cameras on, everything starts messing around. Fort Hill Branchline says, gotta love that B2. Penn Junction says, have you caulked the station area so that the platforms are the same height? And are you going to use material tall enough without caulk? So yeah, I know what you mean here. So basically, if you can see, the track is on caulk here. But of course, when I put the platforms in, I think the standard height you're supposed to use for platforms is 17 millimeters. Is that right? I'm sure someone will correct me on that. So yes, the plan is basically I'm going to use. I've used 3 millimeter caulk, so I'm basically going to make my stations 20 millimeters high, if that makes sense. That's the plan anyway. So that'll get rid of the extra 3 millimeters because it'll even itself out. So. It all makes sense in my head. I'm not sure if I've explained it properly there. Right. Evan Terry says, the EMU I won arrived yesterday. Oh, fantastic. Where did you win that EMU from then? That sounds awesome. And how do I get one? Penn Junction says, what EMU even? Yes. I'd be cute. Oh, I see. He says, blue-grey. So that's awesome. Marcus Malice says, musician and amateur thespian. So that's in response. I asked him earlier what his stage name was for. Oh, that's cool. So you are a musician. Hello, I'm a fellow pro musician and actor as well. So I can relate to the kind of year you've had with theatres and venues and music not basically being a thing in a live setting. So yeah, I feel your struggle there. I'm sure I've missed out a few comments. But just ask him again if I've missed anything out. Fort Hill Branchline said that to go. That was probably from a while ago. But bye, Fort Hill Branchline. I'm sure you've got. I just waved and you can't even see me. Oh right. I should probably run another train, shouldn't I? Right. We've got the B2 Peckett which needs to be done. So let's go back to this. Settle Carlisle 68 says, you've got a fair few cameras there. Yes, I do indeed. There is, how many is there? There is 5 altogether looking around the room. And I'm hoping that I will be able to continue expanding as such. But I'm not entirely sure if my computer will be able to take it. Right, let's get the B2 Peckett out of the sidings with this freight train then. Who requested to see this? I've got this was Marcus Malice, wasn't it? Yes. Marcus Malice wanted to see this freight train. We're being pulled by the NCB Peckett. So let's get this one moving. Here it goes now. This is another one of those engines which was a little bit sort of non-committal when it was on DC, but now that I've put a DCC chip in it, it's actually a much better runner. So I know they say that if if a loco doesn't run well on DC, it's not going to run particularly well on DCC. But actually, I have found that a few engines have actually improved. I suppose the potential was always there. It was either just the way I was running them or the controller I was using wasn't particularly great. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run the B2 packet round the loop. So let me switch to the head shunt shot. Is it moving? Yes, it is. It's got such a slow crawl, I wasn't actually entirely sure if it was moving then to start off with. So here it comes into the head shunt now. I'll just run up to the other end of the room. I'll get quiet for a bit as I flip the points. Then we shall run it all the way back. Oh no, is it stalled? It's stalled. Just as I was saying, it was a much better performer on DCC. It had to go and stall on me. There we go. We get a nice smooth pull away now. I suspect actually that's more my fault than the engine's fault, because I don't think I cleaned the track in the head shunt. It always gets a little bit forgotten there. Oh, I've just realised I haven't changed the shot. Here we go. It's just coming past the camera now. Hopefully I've got these points all set right. Oh no, it's stalled again. Go on, keep going. There we go. I'll run this all the way up actually, because I enjoy running it. Even if it does have a little tendency to stall here and there. Right, flipping the points. And then we shall run this back into the station to pick up that, well, I was going to say it's a freight train, but it's a coal train really, isn't it? Negotiating the double slip there, just a little bit of a stutter, and then it actually stalled on the points afterwards. But as I've said recently in some of my other videos, I'm just trying to get a slow couple up here, there we go. A little bit bumpy there, but no passengers on board, so I think we're all right. I suppose really what I should have done is put a brake van on the end of this, but I can't be bothered, so never mind. So yes. So Marcus Mallis says, indeed, hopefully not for too much longer. That is in response to, we're both actors and musicians, and I was sort of talking about how theatres and venues have been closed. So yes, hopefully they will be beginning to open soon. I know auditions and stuff are starting to come through for me. So yes. Evan Terry says, in actor I was Richard III and in The Railway Children. Oh right, oh fantastic. That's awesome. Model Railway Legend says, how long is the modular railway? So the station area is about 8 foot long. Each module is about 4 foot long. So the overall. So right, let me go back to the overall head shot, the over shot here. So the camera is currently at one end of the module, and then this is the end of a module here. You can't really see that. There's my hand. Hello. So that's about 4 foot there. It may not look it on screen. Then there's another 4 foot section beyond, which is this section here. So this is 4 foot down to here. Then there's like another kind of sort of 1.5 foot section on the end there, which makes up the head shunt. The now the curved boards that you can see here, they are sort of around about 5 foot, maybe. Yeah, they're not quite 6 foot. They're not quite 4 foot. So I'd say 5 foot is a rough guesstimate. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, basically, I think the whole thing is at the moment is roughly about 12 foot long, but the plan is for it to get bigger. that is always the plan with everybody's model railway, isn't it? But the idea with the modular railway was so that it can be expanded and so that I can keep doing things. Keep building little extra modules and just sort of join them all together and making it expand. Don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, Redvers B says, there must be a link between musicians and model trains. I'm a drummer, no jokes, please. Yes, indeed. I don't know what jokes you were thinking of there, Redvers B. I think there must be, because Rod Stewart, he's into trains as well. Jules Holland, I know, is into trains. Pete Waterman as well, he's the famous one. He's a music producer, obviously. James Hardy says, is your layout based on the Settled to Carlisle? Not specifically. It's not really based on any particular layout. I'd say it's supposed to be a little heritage preserved railway somewhere in the UK. But aside from that, I quite like to keep it sort of a bit ambiguous. The station layout here, this sort of area, is rough. Is very, very loosely based on Empsey Station and I'm going to get this wrong now. It's one of the ones on Keighley and Worth Valley. I think it's Oakworth. Yeah, not. I always get Oakworth and Oxenhope mixed up. The head shunt is definitely meant to be Oxenhope. Oxenhope? Yes, I think yeah. Yeah. Anyway, but this is kind of a flipped version of Empsey / Oakworth. So yes. Evan Terry says that other camera is big. Yes, it is. I presume you're talking about this one here. I don't know if you can actually quite see it. Some of them are quite big. Some of them are a bit smaller. The one that is actually suspended above the shed is actually quite small in comparison. Right, I need to actually run this engine for Marcus Malice because I've just sat here talking about it and I haven't really done much about it. So let me run this engine, and just before I do that, if you would like to see one of these engines running, this is the Loco roster for tonight, so if you'd like to see one of these engines running, do let me know, send in a super chat. We've had some brilliant requests already, and so if you would like to see one of these engines on the layout, then please do send in a super chat, and I will be more than happy to run that engine for you. So yeah, this was Marcus Malice's. He requested to see the B2 Peckett, the NCB B2 Peckett with a freight train. So we've got a little coal train here, and that's moving off now. Got a nice little train of 4 wagons behind here. And actually, all the wagons do have coal in as well, as you will see when the train goes underneath the camera. So there you go. You can see they've all got coal in. Here it comes. This is a freight train, we can run this one a little bit slower, I think. It doesn't need to be too breakneck speed. And let's see it coming underneath the bridge now. Fantastic. That's a really, really great request, Marcus. Thank you so much. I will also be running the other requests as well. So I think what we'll do next is bring back that J94 that was requested by John Smith a little bit earlier on. We've run it a little bit already, but he did only just basically get to see it run around the layout. So I shall sort that out and we'll get that coming back in, I think. Like I said a minute ago, if you would like to see a Loco of your choice running on the layout, then do send in a super chat and you can request from the Locos that are on the... Here we go, just sort of getting the engine going again. So we shall imagine that the J94 has been to the other end of the line. It's been through the run round loop there. And here it comes back. Oh, no, that was the wrong shot. Hold on. There we go. That's the right one. We got there eventually. And there we go, just slow that one down. I thought I'd just shut up for a minute and let you enjoy the trains rather than having to listen to me gibber all night. Let's have a look at the chat again. The amazing Tattletale says, schools class please. Yeah, if you want to send in a super chat to get that Yeah, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to run that. Just send in a super chat and I'd love to run that. The Evening Star 92 says, it's my cat's 7th birthday today and we just gave her some tuna, her favourite food for her birthday. Oh, fantastic. Happy birthday to your cat. I'm doing shout-outs for cats now. How amazing is that? This is not where I thought my life would lead me, but I'm more than happy for that to be the case. 46245 rail videos. Would love to see the P-Class in action. Yeah, if you want a super chat to see that. We did have it running a little bit earlier though as well, so we've already had that going. Split Rock 323 says the fence and hills look fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah, I am quite pleased with how these came out. This was the first bit of modelling I've ever done, proper modelling I've ever really done. If you've seen Pickwick Yard, my other little shunting layout, that is, well, I very much say I assembled that layout. I mean, it was set track onto like a ballast mat and then just a couple of super quick and Metcalf buildings around it, really. But yeah, this was the first time I really had a go at doing proper modelling, and I'm really, really pleased with how it's come out, actually. So, yeah. Let me have a look at the chat again. Evan Terry says, yes, my nanny and granddad live 5-minute walk away from there. I presume this is Empsey or maybe Keighley and Worth Valley. And in the house, you can always hear the whistle every hour. So that's fantastic. Yeah, I used to volunteer at Empsey. So, yeah, I love it there. It's a really, really lovely little railway. Dave Pippin, FB TV Entertainment. Blimey, that's a name. Oh, hello. We've got a super chat. Who is that? That's Charlie Flockhart. Oh, thank you so much. They say, could you run the 1F with some 4-wheeled coaches? Do you know what? I think we can manage. Oh, actually, now I don't actually have any 4-wheel. Well, we'll sort something out. We will sort something out for you, Charlie. But I'm very glad to see the 1F making a return. So thank you so much for that. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, Dave Pippin had just asked, do you put your own coal in and what colour do you use? This is for the, sorry, my brain is going completely blank. The coal wagons. Yes, so I use the Hatton's coal loads. If you actually look on my channel, I've done a whole tutorial about how I do it and what I use. Some of them were the Dapol kits, which they come with sort of like a plastic coal load, which you can make look a lot better. Some of the other wagons were just completely open and didn't have any coal inserts, so I had to make them from scratch, so to speak. I know, doing actual modelling. Evan Terry says, when will the stream finish as it is a school night? Probably about 1:15, maybe. We definitely won't go any longer than 1/2 because I know people were sort of getting a bit twitchy last time we went a bit too long. Because it's 5 to 8 now. I've still got a couple of things to talk about. We've still got to do we've got to do that super chat for Charlie Flockhart. We've got to run the 1F for him, so we'll make sure that happens. The Amazing Tattletale says he has a whole box of Hornby trains. John Eastwood says, can you please run the schools class? Yeah, we absolutely can run the schools class. We've got a lot of requests for the schools class. Now, if someone wants to send in a super chat for the schools class, we can get that running. It is set up and ready to go. James Hardy says, J36 please. The J36 was actually out earlier as well. So again, I think that was just me running it for fun. Right, Cameron S says, how do you take the smoke deflectors off the schools class? The schools class I have is one of the early ones. I think the first, it's 907. And I think something like the first 12 were originally built without the smoke deflectors. And then they had them added on later. So technically mine is like 1930s condition or something before they were slightly modified. So Hornby were good enough to tool up for both variants, the variants which had the smoke deflectors added later and then the earlier ones. So technically mine shouldn't run in a preserved setting, but in my alternate reality, I am choosing to decide that let's go back to the split shot here. I'm choosing that the Preservation Society have decided to run it without the Anyway, so yeah, Hornby basically did the model without the smoke deflectors for the earlier ones. Right, so we've got to get the Midland 1F out again. I've just realised that I'm going to have to move that Ruston again because it's now blocking those little coaches. So let me go back to this shot. We'll do some faffing around and we'll get everything out of the way. And yes, so that's the wrong direction. Let's go in this direction. We'll just flip all the points as it goes. The Ruston is getting some use today purely because it's just needing to move out of the way for everything else. Right, so there you go. You get a quick snapshot of the Ruston here. Little cameo again. And there we go. We'll just run. Let's run the Ruston all the way to the other end. There we go. Now, what have I got to do? Oh, right. So yes, I've got to get the right. I put everything in the wrong place today. Right, the Peckett is currently blocking the way of the Midland 1F, so that's going to be coming out of the shed just now. You might just be able to see the funnel. So we shall put that into the little siding that comes out of here, out of the shed. There we go. Fantastic, right. And now we can, if I flip all the points into the right direction, this will be so much easier once I've got the point motors installed. We'll get the Midland 1F out again. Very glad that this one got requested again, because it's so nice to run this one. Oh, hello, it's derailed. How has it done that? Oh, do you know what? I hadn't set the points properly. Sorry, my bad, everyone. There we go, right. There we go. Sorry, whoever requested this. Who was it? Oh, I can't find your name now. My little tab has disappeared. Oh, Charlie Flockhart wanted to see this. Sorry, Charlie. And here it is, just coming up now. So we'll just run it to there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this backwards. Do you know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm just going to move the brake van to the other end. Which, yes, I know I'm cheating, but shush. It's my railway, I'll run what I like. Well, I say that. I run whatever you guys like. But I reserve the right to make my little changes on the fly if it makes my life slightly easier. Oh, there we go. It'd help if I move to that shot. So here we go. Right. The Midland 1F is in the right place. Right, I've got to run the J94 all the way around. That's got to use the run round loop. I'm just faffing around with the couplings on that now. I really should have remembered to find my little coupling, shouldn't I? Would have been very useful. Right, so it's all go to the here. We've got 53 people watching. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you. And we've just hit the 1 hour mark as well. That's fantastic. Thank you so much to everybody who tunes into these. I really do enjoy doing them, and yeah, it's great fun. Right, let's go to. We'll go to the head shunt because we want to see the J94. Now I suppose this has really got to, because I'm going to need to run the. There we go. That's up into the head shunt. And then we'll run it back. Just flipping the points as I go. Carl's OO Garden Railway says, "Hi all, could I have a shout out please?" Of course you can. Hello Carl, nice to see you. There's a shout out. The Amazing Tattletale says, how would you add grass to a layout? Well, do you know what? Funnily enough, I actually have a video coming up on that really, really soon. If you've been watching my Model Railway Basics series, which have been coming out every so often, there's an episode in that all about doing static grass, which is my way of doing it. So there are other ways, of course, but personally, I find that static grass is a really, really good way of doing it. So we'll just run this in again. Hopefully a nice smooth couple up. There we go. Oh, a bit of a bumpy one, that one actually. Passengers won't be happy. So this was, who was this requested by? John Smith wanted to see the J94, so he's had his money's worth out of this. This is, I think, the third time we've run it now. So thank you so much, John. It's been absolutely awesome. What I'm going to do, we'll keep things moving. Yeah, we'll have a bit of fun. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself now. Right, so we have the Midland 1F with some four-wheel coach. Well, we've got a four-wheel coach, a six-wheel coach, and a brake van. So we're going to run that. I'm going to bring that into platform 2 now, so we'll get that all ready to go. And then once the J94 has moved on, or has dispatched its own train, then we can get the Midland 1F to run round the loop. There we go. And we'll just stop that one there. And while we're on this shot, we'll dispatch the J94, shall we? So here we go. We'll go back to this shot just so we can see everything. Oh, has it stalled? It has indeed. There we go. Little bit of handiwork from the hand of God there. Cameron S says, have you worked out how to do double heading? Yes, I have. I just haven't set it up in the DCC system that I'm using yet. Oh, hello. Something sounded like it was derailing then, but I think it was just going over the points. No, all the wheels look like they're on track. I suppose we'll find out in a moment. Yes, so I am hoping to be able to do some double heading very, very soon. It's just a matter of having some time to actually... I'm going to run this engine a little bit faster, actually. I'm still not entirely convinced that everything is on track, but, you know. That is something that I do need to talk about because I have it on my list of notes here that I should talk about. Is a little bit of a change that's coming up to the channel very, very soon. Which is, so as you may know, I started sort of taking the channel kind of seriously back in September last year, where I essentially committed to making one video a week. Was what I sort of set out to do. And if there's ever been a case study for doing you know, consistent uploads on YouTube, then that is certainly it, because you know the channel around that time had about 200 subscribers, and now it's got 3,000, which is what we're celebrating tonight. Again, thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed and continues to watch the videos. Anyway, getting back to the point. Then in around about December, I think, I did a couple of extra bonus videos in sort of the midweek, just because I thought, oh, it's nearly Christmas, people might want to watch a few extra videos. And they were basically just intended to be little, you know, midweek extra videos that were good fun. Tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, that's the wrong shot. There we go. Let's go to this one. I'm just going to I'm going to talk while I run this engine, because I'm going to run it around the run loop before it sets off. So that's all set. So yes, and then basically it was around Christmas time when I started doing those midweek videos that the channel started doing really, really well. I'm just running the Midland 1F round the run round loop, so we get to see that nice and close up for Charlie now. Thank you so much, Charlie, for your super chat. And so yeah, basically I just basically carried on doing the midweek videos. So they were never really intended to be a sort of a big thing. They were always supposed to be sort of like small little kind of video. Anyway, the point that I'm making is that I haven't really had much time to do anything else for the last few months. Well, basically since March, I have been making 2 videos a week, and it's, as you can imagine, it's quite a lot of work. And so basically what I've found myself in the position of is that I'm not really making the videos that I want to make. Or like, for example, I would like to start making more progress on the modular layout, as you see here. So there hasn't been much progress on this since the last video that I made. And so as a result, I'm going to go down again after this week. I'm going to go back to making just one video a week. And so, yeah, that's what I was trying to get to in a very roundabout way. And basically, my hope is that the channel doesn't completely die. But it's just basically to give me some time to make better videos for you. It's a quality over quantity sort of issue, I guess, is where I'm coming at it from. So there will still be occasional midweek videos here and there. They're not going away completely, but they will be like little more. They will be more like bonus videos as opposed to sort of full-on productions, which is kind of what I've got into a little bit of a habit of doing. So it's just to give me a bit of a break, just as the world does start to reopen. You know, believe it or not, model railways are not in my entire life. So there are other things that need to be done, and so hopefully this will give me a bit of a chance to do that. But instead of basically me making what I feel like are filler videos, I'm sort of hoping that I will actually, I will hopefully be able to make sort of more fancy. Well, I'll be able to do more modular railway updates. I'll be able to make more progress on that. I'll be able to do more of the Loco reviews that you guys seem to enjoy. And so, yeah. Penn Junction says, that's fine. We can't be controlling your life. That's all right. So, yeah, basically, I'm not abandoning the channel or anything like that. It's not going away anytime soon. I'm still going to keep making videos. I just basically need a bit of a break. So that I can, you know, make some progress on the model railway, really, and rather than... Oh, hello. There's a super chat just come in. Hello, who's this? Kelly Ashford. Hello, Kelly. Thank you so much for that. Kelly Ashford says, in order to double head, couple two engines together, slowest at the back. Oh, fantastic. That is one way to do a double heading thing. I haven't got double heading set up on the DCC, because you can do it with DCC stuff as well. But yeah, you haven't requested a Loco, so would you like a Loco to run? Because you've sent in a super chat, and normally I say anyone who sends in a super chat is allowed to can select a Loco. So if you'd like any of these to run, do let me know. We've got the Midland 1F on the track at the moment, so that's going to be running in a minute. But yeah, if you can get one in before we finish tonight, feel free to let me know. I'll keep an eye out for you in the comments. But thank you so much for your super chat. That's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, that's just a little bit of a channel update in terms of where videos are going to slow down for a bit. The good thing is that this week you're going to get 3 videos in a certain way, because you're going to get a video tonight. Well, you're getting this live stream tonight. Then you're getting one. You're still getting one on Thursday as per normal, and then one on Sunday per normal after that. And we're just going to run the Midland 1F now with these coaches, which this was Charlie wanted to see these. So thank you so much, Charlie, for your super chat. And he wanted to see the Midland 1F running with some 4-wheeled coaches, which is what we have. Well, I've got a 4-wheeled coach, a 6-wheeled coach, and a brakeman. So it's kind of what I've been able to cobble together. So I hope this is all right for you, Charlie. So I'll probably go for another 5-10 minutes or so, unless another super chat or anything comes in. Here we go. There's the Midland 1F just coming around the corner now. Oh, blimey, we've had another super chat coming. Oh, Kelly Ashford again has just donated. Oh, you didn't need to donate again. You could have just left a comment. So you've got 2 super chats now if you want. But you said, can you run the J72 with carriages of your choice? Oh, fantastic! Yeah, well, we shall get that out for you. I'm just having a little bit of a derailment in the fiddle yard, but absolutely, we'll get the J72 out for you now. In fact, I won't waste any time. We'll get it straight out for you. Because you've donated because you've sent in 2 super chats. You feel free to suggest another one, because you've sent in a super chat already. Now, I will say the J72 is a little bit of an unreliable runner on the layout at the moment, so everybody cross your fingers, please. But yeah, thank you so much for that super chat, Kelly Ashford. That's absolutely amazing. If you do want to select another Loco, then we'll go. Then do feel free. You don't feel like you need to do another super chat because you've already sent in 2. So that gets you 2 Locos. So we'll run the J72 for you now. And everybody cross your fingers that this works, because it has been a little bit yeah, it can be a little bit finicky, shall we say. Here it comes now, just past going on the bridge. You might have just got a nice look there at the firebox glow as it went past. I haven't actually figured out how to get that flickering yet. Oh, and you said you said to run it with some coaches of my choice. So I've chosen the remainder of the. Speeding up a little bit. I've chosen the remainder of the 6-wheel coaches that I have because they felt sort of quite appropriate. So, right, this is the bit that it doesn't like. Everyone, cross your fingers. Eek. Oh, do you know what? It's actually done it. It's made it over. That's fantastic. Kelly Ashford says, thanks, consider yourself my new friend. Oh, thank you. It's always nice to make new friends. We're all friends here. There we go, just slowing the J72 down. We'll run that back for you in a little minute as well. So, what I'm going to say is we're going to go we won't go any later than past, because it's 15:15 now and I realise I've got a couple of other things. I'm seeing lots of people saying, Kelly, please say the schools class. So yeah, Kelly Ashford, you can make another Loco choice if you want, because you've sent in 2 super chats. You've got one, and you've only requested 1 Loco, so you can request a second Loco if you'd like. Right, I'm just undoing the couplings. I really should have brought my little coupling hook. Would have been so much easier. And I'm just going to go to here so we can see, the J72 in all its glory. Oh, my app's just crashed. There we go. Oh, a little bit fast. Yeah, the J72 has a little bit of a tendency to be a little bit of a runaway sometimes. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, you can see it. It doesn't feel. I think I just need to play around with some of the CV settings, to be honest, or maybe just put a decent decoder in it. Don't actually know what I think I've got a Gauge Master decoder in there. But maybe I should put. I've got mostly Zimo decoders and everything else. So here you go. This was for Kelly. She wanted to see the J72. So more than happy to run the J72. We'll extend the stream a little bit. If you do want to get any live streams, if you do want to get any live streams in, if you do want to get any super chats in now, this is your last chance, really. Oh, it just stalled as I stopped. Yeah, it doesn't like that point there. Needs a little bit of work. Kelly Asher says, "Oh no, thank you. The others must have their fair share." Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, in that case, then we've had lots of requests for the schools class. So we'll do a quick run of the schools class afterwards because lots of people have been asking for it tonight. Here we go. Oh, yeah, not the most controllable this. Oh, no, that was the wrong shot. There we go. Right shot. Gonna try and do a slow couple up to that. Yeah, I do need to have a look at that engine. So, fantastic. So yeah, we'll run the schools class. We'll run that as a big finale, shall we? Because everyone's been suggesting. We've got a few people suggesting it all night, and I've seen lots of people wanting to do it. So yeah, let's run we'll run the J72 out now, back around the layout, and then we'll finish off with the schools class, and then that'll be the end of the stream. So yeah, if you're gonna unless a super chat comes in like the next 30 seconds, I'm calling that as the end of the stream. This is the cutoff, right? Okay. Evan Terry is very happy about seeing the schools class. He's been wanting to see it all night. Right, here we go. The J72 is off again with those lovely LNER Hornby coaches. Really, really nice coaches, these, actually. I know Hattons have got their own 6-wheel coaches coming out very soon, but I don't think they're doing the LNER teak livery. So that's why I went for these. They're a bit of an impulse buy. Evan Terry says, run it now as I have to go in like 2 minutes. Okay, we're gonna do it as quickly as we can then. Oh, there we go. Get onto the right shot. All right, we're going to run this really quickly then, so that we can fulfill Evan Terry's request to see the schools class. Okie doke. We're nearly there, Evan. I'm just getting everything sorted out in the fiddle yard, but it should be ready to go. Right. Here we go then. Right, thank you so much for watching, everybody. This is going to be the end of the stream, but we are going to run one last Loco in. It's been the one that everyone's been requesting all night. You know what? We're going to go full out on this one. We will run with the sound on. So there you go. You might just be able to hear that in the background. Here it comes. Oh, it stopped. Please work for me. There we go. It's coming now. There we go. The schools class, number 907. Oh. Do you know what? I knew it was going to stop there. It's run perfectly all day. And once it stopped there, and I thought, do you know what? That's probably just a one-off. There we go. Right, it's running properly now. So there we go, there is the schools class. And we'll just slow it down. So thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in this evening. We'll run it around the run loop, just give it a bit of an extra run. I'll just uncouple it back here. And flip that point. So yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll put it to bed properly. So let me go to, not that shot, that's the wrong one. This one, there we go. Oh, because the layout is on a bit of a slope, the coaches have recoupled themselves. Here we go. Right. Just making micro adjustments to the tender to make sure it's actually on the track. Lovely, beautiful run of this one. Really nice slow speed, actually. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in tonight. It's been really good fun to have you all here. Thank you so much to everybody who has sent in super chats as well. I will read out all your names in a second. In fact, I will read out all your names now. So, Kelly Ashford, thank you twice actually, because you sent in 2 super chats. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Charlie Flockhart sent in a super chat. Marcus Malice sent in a super chat. Radislaw Sosha and John Smith. So thank you so much to everybody who sent in super chats tonight. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in tonight as well. And you can now just see the schools class very slowly making its way down the second platform, making a sort of nice rumbling sound in the background. We'll have this pass right by the camera, and I'll put this in the siding next to the rostrum. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. This has been absolutely awesome thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed. Actually, do you know what? I'll wait till we'll just stop the engine here. There we go. Right, I'm going to turn the sound off. Actually, no, do you know what we'll do? We'll just to finish off. There we go. Right, quick little whistle. Right, so yeah, so thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in tonight. It's been absolutely awesome. Thank you again to everybody who sent in a super chat. You've been absolutely awesome. It really does help support the channel and yeah, makes it possible to keep on building the layout basically and making videos for you guys. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in tonight as well. We've had a brilliant time. We've had like 50 viewers watching all the time, so that is absolutely incredible. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Like I said, after this week, the videos are going to be going down to just one a week. That'll be coming out on a Sunday at the normal time, but hopefully that'll give me a bit of a chance to make some sort of some better videos for you, or not some better videos, but some more interesting videos, shall we say. So hopefully you'll see much more progress happening on the modular layout. Hopefully you'll see lots of sort of modeling tutorials and stuff like that coming very, very soon. So yeah, again, thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in tonight. It's been absolutely awesome having you here. I really do enjoy doing these live streams, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing one very, very soon. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and yeah, good night.